November 1st, and I'm putting together a quick little recap video for you, fall fishing recap that I've wanted to do for a while. And essentially, what it is I'm going to share with you a series of videos that I put together this past weekend, fishing with a buddy of mine on a what's called a soil conservation lake in Navarro County, which is just northeast of Waco. And so I pulled these videos from my GoPro. I'm going to kind of just go through each one. I have them kind of numbered and named individually, and some different segments picked out that I think contain the most interesting footage. And then I'll watch the video, pause and talk about it for a little bit. And just because of the amount of videos here, there's going to be two parts, just to split it up. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on it. So we'll start with this 1011. This is kind of just your basic pitching and flipping presentation. You can see this little fence line that we're fishing is bisecting this body of water. And what it is I'm flipping an 8-inch Magnum Lizard. It's black with some red flake in it. And I think I'm using anywhere between a 3/16 and a 5/8, somewhere in there. Bait size, or I mean weight size, excuse me. And basically what I'm doing is I'm focusing on, these fish get pretty tight to this cover because of the color of the water. And so I'm focusing on presenting that bait really close to the cover. And when I flip it in there, I'm letting it fall on a semi-slack line, which is what's extremely important. And the reason is because if you flip it in there and you kind of have too much tension in your line, the arc that the line takes away from the post doesn't leave the bait in the strike zone for that much period of time. So if instead you go in there and do a semi-slack line, it takes more of a natural fall on the arc, and it keeps you closer to the cover, which that's where the fish are. When it's dirty water to navigate, they get close to hard cover like that. And so that's all I'm doing. It's just a basic, flipping, pitching type presentation. And so that's our first video there, pretty quick, but there's not a whole lot of content there to expand upon. So we'll look at the next video here and scope it out.
Again. Right there.
So what we have here is a laydown that's positioned close to deep water, but it's still quite shallow. And so with it being horizontal in the water, what happens is that it gives the opportunity for a fish to slide horizontally on that piece of cover and get access to shallow or deep water just traveling horizontal and not, really changing its vertical position in the water, which is an efficient, a pretty efficient way of doing things, I think, for a predator like that. So it's good. He missed a fish there. I don't know if you saw it, but he did miss a fish there.
Again?
And so we ended up coming back later, but yeah, it's a really good piece of cover. You know, he was fishing a like a little beaver style whatever, some sort of a flipping bait, and I was throwing my black lizard. We didn't really change a whole lot during the day as far as we were throwing crankbaits for a short period of time. We threw like a certain style of crankbait. Then we were throwing spinner baits, certain style of spinner bait. Our flipping baits were pretty much the same. So we'll go to another little section of this same video clip to see a small fish catch here, same area.
Yeah. Little one.
Nothing super special about this one. You know, it was kind of an area where it's a little bit of a point that comes out, like a rounded point, and wind blows into that pocket periodically, and it can be good for a fish or so once in a while. I haven't ever caught anything real big on that corner because we have fished here before, but yeah, it was nice to catch one there. And then, like I said, we came back later on in the day and fished the same area and had a little bit better luck, a little more success. So let's continue our review here of some of these videos.
Oh, jeez.
So if you can kind of look there, you can see kind of where that splash is, and it looks like the water's a little disturbed. There's a brush pile right there. It's like I guess it's like a cedar tree. And we were just focusing on throwing our baits, and kind of just really working them in that cover. It's just an isolated piece of cover, and it seems to be pretty good. But yeah, that's what we're doing there.
Oh!
So these little isolated pieces of cover, I really like them. You know, if you've got a wide flat, even if it's pretty deep water, it can still be considered a flat. You can have a 10-foot deep flat, you can have a 5-foot deep flat, 1-foot deep flat. But when you have something where there's not a whole lot in the area, not really much unique features on the bottom and whatnot, to just have that target out in the middle. When fish are roaming, it gives them a spot to stop. So it can be great at times. And so you see we caught a fish there. Pretty neat. So let's continue. So far I've got about nine minutes in. See what we got here.
Is it still going? Can you confirm?
So I believe this is the same tree. I believe this is the same tree that we were fishing, where my buddy lost the fish the first time, or missed the bite.
Can you confirm or deny? We're gonna catch that one that you missed earlier. Wow!
Dog.
That is huge.
Oh my god.
Good one?
Whatever it is. Good, dude.
Good job, Bruce. Good job, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Let's look at him.
Oh my gosh. Is that a 10? Dude, what is that?
Look at that huge crappie, dude. Woo! Beautiful
We
fish,
gotta,
Bruce.
how do we take a photo of both of these? Oh my god.
We take a selfie, bro. Hold on to that fish,
Oh my
please.
god.
Hold on to that fish.
Anyway, you can see there, I caught a big crappie. It's kind of hard to see in the picture the way that the camera's angled, but I caught a big old crappie. And then he fired in that same laydown from earlier in the evening and caught a big fish. It ended up being a 613. It's pretty awesome. I'm happy for him to see him catch that.
Drop him.
Oh, I got him. Oh, dude.
This is kind of funny
Why?
right here.
I don't want to.
Listen to this.
Hold on to that fish, bro. Don't drop him.
Oh, I got him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa.
not
That's not gun safety. That's not gun safety.
It's not loaded though.
Alright, let's come over here. Let's take a picture. Come on, hold on. Can you come over here?
Beautiful fish. So anyway, it's pretty awesome to see him come back and redeem himself on that same spot. Like I said, nothing special, just throwing, I want to say he was throwing a little speed crawl or something, like a little zoom speed crawl, something pretty simple with a little bit of action on it. But yeah, good fish there.
Kill everyone.
So before I start this video, if you look at kind of this point that comes out here, this rounded point, and this set of trees over here, what it is you got a channel that's running through the lake, and there's like a flat that extends out to the channel that makes a point. And on that point, there's, I don't know if it's because of like wave erosion or what it is, but there's a high spot that is bare. And it's a hard bottom with a little bit of like gravel rock on it. Everything around it is mud. And then there's deep water, like a little drop off into the channel. So that one area right there is like essentially a feeding table for these fish to sit on. And it's also an ambush point where they corral the bait into the top of the point. So yeah, that's what we're targeting right now. I'll show a little bit more on it as the video unfolds, and we can talk about it more.
Dude, you can't tell me that El Conquistador hat wasn't awesome.
It was nice. Good. Oh, is it good?
That. You ready? He's coming towards you. He's coming towards you.
Nice.
Bruce, today's our day, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Well, time ready to pick up that land, babe.
Okay.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Wow.
So we did a couple different things on this point. One of the things that we did is we threw like a Texas style, and we're working it really slow. I was throwing the lizard, that I had fished with earlier in the day. He was throwing a swim bait. He had it rigged Texas and was just like really slowly moving it on the bottom, crawling it, and letting the paddle of the back of that swim bait just kind of work along the bottom. And it was pretty good. I threw that worm out there because I thought that the moving bait had kind of subsided, the moving bite, and so that was just my own personal take on it. Um, Earlier in the day, which you'll see a video of, I had had some success on a crankbait. I just thought there was some clouds at the time, a little bit of wind, and I thought it was set up better for it condition wise. But at this point in the afternoon, it was all about that slow moving, in my opinion. But there should be some more footage of it here. This is kind of the extent of what I'm going to say is the first part, and then we'll make the next part with the next set of videos. So stay tuned. Thank you.